Welcome everyone to another edition of Women in Business exclusive magazine just for you. So today we have the fabulous Angela Bamforth, who is a member of Altrincham.
Yep.
And Angela is an interior designer and she's already helped me sort some of my stuff out, my interior design problems that I had at my home. So Angela, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yep. So I am Angela Bamforth. I am an interior designer. I've been an interior designer now for over 20 years. Yeah. Let's not think about actually how long it actually is. It's fine. Over 20 years is long enough. I deal mainly with residential clients. So I go into people's houses and make them lovely homes that they are proud of and happy to return back to every night after work. So yeah, that's me.
And what made you start doing this?
Oh God. So when I was little, I used to rearrange rooms a lot. Like I'd go around to my nana's house and sort of rearrange her lounge or a dining room. And I was forever doing it at home, always wanted to be decorating. So it kind of, yeah, it kind of went from there really. I just was always just interested in and fascinated by interior design and how people live in the houses. I'm like so nosy. That's probably another reason why I love doing what I do. Because I just love getting into people's houses and just working out how they live in them and what made them choose certain things. And yeah, so it's just an overall fascination from an early age, really.
And what made you start your own business?
Oh God, I'm unemployable. That's
Yeah,
why.
I'm unemployable and proud.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, I got sidetracked. So I did interior design at college, and then I got kind of sidetracked in some sales roles and ended up doing recruitment and had a recruitment business. And it was not, um, when I look back, it was not the way I wanted to go, but I was earning quite a lot of money doing recruitment in the 90s. It was really easy and really lucrative. And to be honest, interior design was more of a hobby for me then. So I was like doing up houses and things, but it was part time. Um, and Yeah, so once I got to the stage where I was absolutely sick to the back teeth of doing recruitment, I was like, right, that's it. I'm going to go and set up on my own doing interior design. So yeah, that was the reason why I just kind of decided, no, I don't want to work for anyone else to do interior design. And I'm going to use all the skills that I've got from sort of sales and stuff. And literally, yeah, just picked up the phone. So my first jobs were like picking up the phone to property developers and just saying, do you need a show home? And they were like, this was a long time ago. So it was easier then because a lot of them nowadays, they don't do show homes as much as they used to because they just sell them off plan. Um, but yeah, just ringing up and saying, do you need a show home? And that was kind of how it worked really. So I'm glad I had the sales background to give me the sort of confidence to pick the phone up and just kind of get stuck in really. So yeah, that's how it sort of started.
And what are all the different services you offer? So you come networking, but you're not just asking for development companies. Who else do you help?
So I well I my niche, as it were, really now is families. It really is families, or generally families who are professional because they've got kids and they work full time and they don't really have the skills. They need someone to just come in and help them because they want a lovely family home because they're bringing the children up, they're making memories there, and it's just not working for them. And so, with them not having the skills, so generally they're people who are maybe engineers or accountants or scientists or lawyers who their brain works very differently to mine. I think most people's brains work differently to mine, to be fair, but their brains, yeah, they just can't get it. They just can't visualize it. And so yeah, they're really my clients. And I don't really step much sort of outside of that. I kind of drive my marketing efforts and the sort of, yeah, putting out to the universe the sort of clients that I want are those sort of clients because it's so satisfying to give them a lovely home that you know is going to be appreciated and used well and it functions well for them. And yeah, that's just when you get to the end of a job and you know you've sort of set them up for life, really. I mean, one of the projects I'm doing at the moment is such a big one. You know, they're never going to leave that house, and I know I'm sort of building the foundations for them to be there for another at least 10, 15 years. So yeah, that's job satisfaction that I want, really.
And sometimes though, I remember when I first met you, we saw the word interior designer, and I'm just thinking pound signs. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's going to cost a fortune. But after having a one-to-one with you, you just said something that made me click because me and my husband are going to be moving soon. We know the house needs decorating, and I think you said something like, when you're selling a house, you have to decorate it for sale, not for your home.
Yeah.
Because we like big, bright, bold colours, as you can see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm a big clash,
And you
basically.
had lovely
Clashes, I
colours.
love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you said probably not the best. And so you can work with you from us. Tell me how we can work with you. What's your different options?
Oh God, literally. So I've sort of revised pricing and packages and stuff a little bit, and it's a work in progress. You know, I sort of every year sit down in January and kind of think, right, what's best to offer to the sort of, to my clients, really. So literally um from sort of £99, we can have an online consultation. And that works for people. We can do it on FaceTime. They just turn the camera around, we walk around the rooms, so literally that can add real value all the way through to obviously where it's hard to price, but the bigger jobs like for example, one I've got on at the moment where we've got design fees and project management fees and things like that, but that's a whole literally the house is I mean, you look at it now, it might have almost as well have been knocked down and started again. So it's kind of difficult. I have some packages. I have packages where it's literally one room design, and we can sort of build from there. But yeah, I think the pricing side of things for an interior designer is quite difficult because every client's different. So you can have a package of room design, and then someone will come to you and go, well, actually, I just need the space planning. So then you do a space plan, which isn't really the full room design. So you kind of discount that and go, well, I can do it for this then. And so it is difficult. But yeah, I have certain packages. Designer by your side, one of them, if people are doing a bigger project and they don't want to have a full service from an interior designer, but they want someone to kind of hold the hands through it. So that's packaged up as a sort of hourly, buying a pack of sort of 10 or 5 or 10 hours. So yeah, I mean, basically, I think if you ask most of my clients, do they think they've got value for money compared to what they've sort of spent overall on their project and what they've spent with me as a percentage, it's pretty low.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be, because yeah, it just means that sort of design's more accessible, and it shouldn't be that kind of luxury service, like you say, that everyone, when I say interior designer, you can see everyone go, yeah, I can't afford you straight away, and it's trying to sort of let people know that literally from £99 you can do a lot. I can do nearly a whole house for that sort of amount of money.
Yeah. And it is because it's what paint colours to use. You've got all the knowledge. It's that space planning. I think that's key. Space planning, and do you or do you not extend? Do you know what I mean? Or changing family dynamics. All those things that you can be saying to people in networking. Is your family changing dynamics? Your kids got older. Do you know what I mean? They've transitioned, aren't they, from child to teenager, more space required, no budget, all those kind of things. Because you have to think about what we're thinking and what we're saying. We don't necessarily go, I need an interior designer in my life.
No.
But I do need help with creating more
space. You have issues,
creating a room. I want my room because it's the feeling, isn't it? Most people want the room or the home to have that feeling, and they just can't quite get it.
Yeah.
So it's colours and space and it's all that kind of thing. That's what you give. Because I love our front room now.
Yeah.
It was the cold front room. It would needed decorating. we renovated our house back in 20, God, I can't think, 2017. And like from brick, like everything, every single part of the house. And I remember saying to like, I was the decision then to paint, I'd made so many other decisions, like big decisions about where to put stuff. And that when we finally said, what colour do you want? I went, I don't care.
Yeah.
Paint it white. I'll
Just
sort
paint
that
it white
out
because I
after.
literally, yeah, it's called
But
decision
then
fatigue.
I didn't know what to do.
Mm,
So you came in our front room and all around the house, and you had all the different colours already painted, didn't you, on a piece of paper, and you
yeah.
hold it up. And you go, that colour, that colour, that colour. And I'm like, right, because you just sometimes just want to be told what to do, don't you?
Yeah.
What to do. So there's no more, because I've only got so many decisions in my head, I think. I always say I
Yeah.
can write 5 emails a day, 5 phone calls a day, 5 decisions. After that, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just shut
Yeah.
the door. So if I don't have to make a decision about that, and you're right, I'm an accountant, so I fit your brief because our
Yeah.
brains do work differently. I'm
Yeah.
logic and process and systems. Creative is, again, not the
Yeah.
best.
Whereas don't come to me and expect me to do like a spreadsheet or anything like that. Because, I mean, I have to do it for my job, but God, I put it off and put it off and put it off. Yeah.
I'll go to the numbers first because numbers
Yeah.
don't lie. I love numbers; they don't lie. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, you helped us, and all I did is tell my husband, buy that paint, paint it, and he did, and it looks so warm and inviting now. Even
Yeah.
you even give us access to your suppliers, don't you? So you've
Yeah, we
got a
sat
really
down,
nice
didn't we, and
rug.
had a look, yeah, on the internet. And I said, get a rug from here, use that, do that. And that's the other thing. I know it sounds a bit trite, doesn't it, when you say, oh, I can sit down and do a bit of shopping with you. People are like, I'm not paying for that. But actually, if I sit down with you and say, well, I know where you can get this rug for like, I don't know, 50 quid rather than scouting around and maybe spending 200.
But
Well,
yeah,
then,
it was 300 quid, and
yeah,
it was about 40 quid for this rug, and
yeah,
it's ace. Because you've got all the buying platforms.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's my favorite thing anyway. So it was good.
yeah, good.
Um, so tell me, what was your experience of networking before you came through the door of Wibbin?
Oh, yeah. Well, I always found it really, really scary. Like I would be absolutely pooping my pants before I went because I felt like quite male dominated as well. Like I'd done a bit of the networking where you do like breakfast meetings and it feels a bit corporate. And yeah, so it kind of wasn't really, I felt like it just wasn't for me. It just felt like I didn't really fit in. And then I sort of COVID hit and I was like, oh, brilliant, don't have to do any more networking now, do I? So I can just hide at home for a bit. Then realized that wasn't probably really
Good
helping my
strategy.
me or my business. So then thought, right, oh, bloody hell, get yourself out there. But oh, I know, good idea. Let's try some more female-led networking instead, because it might not be quite as scary. And thank God I found women really, yeah. Because as soon as, literally that first meeting, I was like, this feels like the place for me. Yeah. So
Can you remember when you joined? I can find out on my spreadsheet, accounting
yeah, I was
spreadsheets
gonna say,
now.
don't ask me. No chance.
I'll tell you. I have my spreadsheet. I love a spreadsheet. July 24.
God, flipping heck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only 6 months. Can you believe it's only been 6 months?
Yeah. No.
Um, so what how much have you grown? How has networking with women helped you personally and helped your business?
Personally, I would say it's definitely given me a bit, well, quite, I would say a lot of confidence back. Um, that feeling of people, well, women, lovely, intelligent, gorgeous women having you back. And you carry that with you after the meetings. You feel it, you feel it when you're there. Because I know in my head, whenever I'm sort of out and about, if I can, I'm actively wanting to talk about the people, the women that have the businesses that I want to tell people about. So you're just actively looking, aren't you, to sort of recommend the people
You're
that you
actively
know. And
listening. My ears are like, when someone says, "Do you know anyone who?" I'm like, "Ooh."
yeah, straight away.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's almost made me feel like I want to, extend my network a bit further outside of women, just so that I've got more people to tell about my lovely people that I know in women.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, so personally, the confidence definitely, and professionally, I've worked with a few members, and yeah, so for from that point of view, it's been great. The confidence and the sort of, I suppose, being in a room with other people that are doing well and loving their business just makes you kind of think, oh, I want to go back and sort of do more things with my business. I don't want it to just be a little business. I want to, like, so since joining women, I've actually taken someone on. She's like a
Didn't know
junior
that. That's a
interior
secret. Why
designer.
didn't you tell us that?
Yeah, yeah. And I probably would have been a bit scared to do that before. But yeah, I'm just doing things that I feel like they stopped through COVID, and then after that, I think my confidence was so low, I just didn't do it. And now, just yeah, with having that kind of network behind you, you just feel like, well, no, I'll just give it a go, see what happens.
That's what
Yeah,
I like about it. It kind of becomes a norm, doesn't it? It becomes a norm. Yeah, yeah, I'm going to take someone on. It's like a normal conversation. And people
yeah,
go, oh, brilliant. You know, I know some recruitment people, or I know someone who can help you with that.
yeah,
Um, so what are you doing? You know what I was thinking then? Maybe you should go and try to network in other rooms, because to see how you feel, if you feel different about it. You know,
mm,
because you said you're more confident, you know more people, you've seen what good looks like. You know, nice people exist now, so maybe you should go and like test the waters and see other networking groups, because you should have a blended networking strategy. You're part of a membership. That's a good tip.
yeah,
Go to some other one-off events, some pay as you goes, and some free stuff, and just start to meet more people, because
yeah.
there's loads of new networking groups.
Yeah, I did some property networking, which I really enjoyed actually. And that's sort of fallen by the wayside a little bit. So I need to probably just get back into that. Yeah, I think, like you say, it's an overall sort of strategy, isn't it? And I think also as well, what I've reminded myself of is that the marketing side of things for your business isn't something that you can drop. So that's what I was always doing. And it's the whole self-employed roller coaster, isn't it? You get busy, you think, oh, I haven't got time to do networking, I haven't got time to do this, I haven't got time to do that. But then, when it comes down to it and you've sort of finished on projects and stuff, and then you're like, me, I've got no pipeline. Maybe I should have carried on networking or at least marketing my business a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of 2025 is one of the main things to me, is like marketing consistency, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same, because when I was building Women, I was so busy, there's so much work. People don't see what happens behind the scene, the
No.
admin, emails, that this, that. Um, I was doing everything and not playing to my zone of genius. You know, like play to your strengths, do what you're good at. I ended up outsourcing that. So all the phone calls, all the in-person meetings, I was getting somebody else to do, and I was back stuck behind the computer doing all the
Yeah.
emails. And I'm
Yeah.
not very good at them, to be honest.
No.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I'll probably make mistakes. So in another networking group, we went through the book called The Big Leap, where I think he talks about working in your zone of genius.
Yeah.
And what's your zone of genius, what's your zone of excellence, what's your zone of competence and zone of incompetence. And I realized I was doing all this, competence and incompetent stuff.
Which is going to make you feel rubbish about yourself
Yeah,
as
and
well, isn't it?
I didn't want to come in the office. Do you know what I mean? I
Oh,
didn't want to do
yeah.
anything. So I thought, right, this year, well, all last year it was realizing that. And then I realized I needed to change what I was doing, and outsource the rest. But then the challenge is finding someone who's like this stuff that I'm not good at, somebody else is brilliant at it.
Yeah.
So it's finding that person, isn't it? Finding those people, really.
Yeah.
So I get it. So you're going to be working in your zone of genius.
Yes.
What would you say your zone of genius is?
Actually being with clients. I
Mm.
think because of my sort of sales background. So whilst I'm going to blow my own trumpet here, I'm a good interior designer. I am happy to get all of the ideas out of my head and give them to someone who is happy to sit there drawing designs up all
Mm.
day. Because I'm like, got the idea, want it done, right, back to the clients, look what we've done, da, 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 da. So it's that client interaction really. And so yeah, so for me, taking on someone who was more of a junior interior designer has freed me up to hopefully this year grow the business and be able to just be with clients more. And yeah, so
I
yeah,
think
I
that
think that's definitely my
definitely,
be
because you've
with
got the
people.
idea, you want to talk about it and ignite the client in the client relationship, and somebody else is then um doing the stuff
Yeah.
you don't want to do because you've
Oh,
already got
well,
the
it's not
idea.
that I don't want to do it. It's very time consuming. So, to grow, you get bogged down in it and then you get resentful of it, which is not where you want to be. So you don't get resentful of it when someone else is doing the kind of the sort of day-to-day designing overseen by me. So it's working perfectly so far, yeah.
Good stuff. So, is there anything that you're doing now that you wouldn't be doing if it wasn't for networking?
Oh, yeah, probably the taking someone on, the having the confidence to take someone on, having the confidence to realize that I can grow the business, but it can still be manageable. I think what I was always worried about was, oh, grow the business. Oh God, I'll have to get an office and I'll have to do this. And I thought, no, I don't. I'm still work from home. The girl that's working with me comes to my house. She's happy to do that. We work from a home office as such, and it just works. And I think I suppose, comparing myself to other businesses, thinking, oh, I have to have this or I have to have that. And I was getting in my own way, basically. And God, here's to doing less of that. And I think that's definitely, yeah, what I've kind of gained from the Women sort of membership for sure.
I remember my first coach said, "You just get out your own way," and I didn't understand her. Like,
Yeah,
what do you mean, get out your own way? We just get in our own way, don't we?
yeah.
Um,
Overthinking.
yeah.
Jesus, that needs to stop.
So just finishing off now. So, what 5 words, your words, describe women for you?
Yeah. Fun, warm. I have to count these up. Fun, warm, um, caring, but professional.
Mhm.
Oh God, last one. Let me think. Think. Useful.
Useful. That's good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
And for anybody out there who might be nervous about networking or tried it and didn't like it, have you got any top tips for someone for networking? What are your top tips?
Yeah, I mean, look, it is scary. I mean, don't get me wrong, every meeting I still get nervous before it, because you've got to talk about your business and there's always going to be people there you've not met before. But just be yourself, just be yourself, listen and just try and be as helpful as possible to everyone else there. And hopefully then, that will come full circle back to you. That's all you can do really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with no expected return.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
exactly.
it just comes in different ways,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah. I think that's a good approach for life, isn't it? Just
Mm.
really just try and be helpful to other people, and yeah, there's the universe will find a way of bringing it back to you for sure.
It's called, I listened to an audio book called 12 Laws of the Universe because everyone talks about law of attraction. And my energy coach says it's all about law of compensation. You are rewarded. It might not always be that one-to-one like client, like correlation, but you're always compensated and rewarded. And I'm like, oh, that makes me happy. I don't have to sell £10,000 packages or £20,000 retreats or
No,
anything like that.
exactly. Yeah.
Um, well, thank you very much. It was
No,
lovely to
thank
have you
you.
on, and I will see you soon at an Altrincham group.
You will indeed. Yeah, thanks a lot.